Tell them hey. Hey, we're ordering food right now.
Yeah, we are.
What's going on, everybody? We're going to do a quick live stream tonight. We're going to talk about Carbon Fox and order food, obviously, all at the same time. So, what are we getting?
A bunch of tenders.
I just want, like, chicken on the bone. Like,
Wings.
yeah, wings. Bone in, yeah. Hot or medium or something. What's going on, Landon? So tonight, guys, I want to talk to you about the Carbon Fox. Now, I've got a video coming out. I guess it'll be Monday, but I want to go ahead and discuss a few things with you guys before that video comes out. What's going on, everybody? Everybody's finally joining in. Yeah, yo. So, let me turn this thing around so you don't have to look at my ugly mug. All right, guys. This thing deserves better. It does. So far, this has been a really good car. I've enjoyed driving this thing. I love the transmission. I love the setup in it. But as you all know, it deserves better. It needs something else besides an alternator sitting right there. OG Superfly, what's going on? Just Joe, what's happening? So what you guys think? What's going on, Donnie B? Oh, perfect guy. Jason, what's going on? Real FOXBODY Addicts, MJI, my man, the silent one. Oh man, everybody's in the house. We got an all-star cast tonight. But as you know, we need something sitting right here. So what I want to do tonight is take a moment and talk to you guys about the reality of what it is that we're doing, okay? And just discuss a few things. Yeah, you know it. Supercharger time. Do you guys want to see the Supercharger? Oh, well, I really don't want to take it out of the box, but we can kind of pass over some of the stuff over here. Needs a 150 shot. It's going to need more than a 150 shot, Tyler. So, well, let me turn it back around. That'll just be better. Okay. All right, so let's just start. We'll just start here. Like I said, I'm not going to unbox everything, guys. I suppose you probably saw my Instagram post. This is no big secret that we're putting a Supercharger on the car. We just got it a little quicker than we thought we would. Here's your bracket system. And this is a Renegade bracket system setup. Donnie B is in the house, so any questions that you guys have when it comes to Supercharger stuff, this obviously came from Anderson Ford Motorsport. So Donnie B can answer some questions. The guys from LMR can as well. They sell these kits. This particular kit, though, did come from Anderson. It's a 10-rib setup. I'm just going to kind of go through everything. You guys will see all this in the video. Look at that. Mondo bypass valve, so that should kind of tell you guys what's going on here. Here's our idler, our UPR idler. Our Supercharger is actually in here. I guess I'll go ahead and do this. I want to see it too. You know what? Let's just go pull this thing out. You gotta promise me though that you're gonna watch the video Monday. Hold on. This thing's stuck. Oh. All right, let's get this thing over here. And here it is, a thing of beauty. This thing is, ooh, that is beautiful, guys. Absolutely beautiful. We're not gonna go into any details on which one it is. You guys can probably guess though, but you won't know for sure. And here, ooh, look at that, a Mr. Freeze kit. Awesome. Got to have that thing. And just all of our piping and whatnot. We have new injectors. They're in one of these boxes over here. And we have some other stuff as well. Pretty much every single thing that we need, we've got right here for this car. Okay? All right. With that being said, what are you doing, Memphis? We got everybody in the house tonight. So here's the deal. Let's sit down real quick. Let's have a little conversation. I'm gonna need, there we go. I'm gonna need some help from you guys. I'm gonna need you to help explain things. When we get questions, don't do that, baby, because I don't know what you're gonna do in the background and we don't need those problems. So when we get questions on the channel, it's hard for me to really, answer all of them and things like that. So if you guys don't mind, just kind of help me out here. Let me go ahead and explain what it is that we're doing. I will tell you this, we're putting a Supercharger that is entirely too big for our setup on the Carbon Fox. But why are we doing that? Well, you got an option whenever you go to order your parts, especially like with the Supercharger. We could go with a small Supercharger that really fits the build, or you could just go ahead and swing for the fences and put the Mac Daddy essentially on it. That's kind of what we've done. Now, with that being said, I've talked with Matt. I don't know if Matt's in here in the chat tonight, but there's a good chance that we literally sling this thing apart. You guys have to remember that this is just a little 306 with mismatched rods and all that type stuff, right? But here's the deal. We're doing this to basically see what this little setup will hold. I'm very nervous about it, I'm not gonna lie to you, but it's okay. It's a calculated risk, and I think we're gonna be okay. We're gonna put some boost through this thing. And at some point, I feel like within a year, with probably before next summer, this thing's more than likely gonna come apart. We're gonna really stress test this thing. I wanna go ahead and tell you guys this ahead of time. Obviously, Matt at Leach Motorsports is gonna tune the car. This thing's probably gonna scatter at some point, and I just want you to know it's not gonna be because of the tune. Me and Matt have talked about this already. But you know, we want to push the limits on this little setup and it still be streetable. So that's what we're going to be doing. So just help me out in the comment section. You know, I realize that this thing is extreme overkill essentially for what we've got going on here. But it's going to be fun. And also at some point, we're probably going to do a Windsor setup in this car at some point. Stock bottom end type thing, maybe put some pistons in it and let it ride. Put the same heads and everything that we got. I don't know if I can really mention this, but Vortec's working on some stuff right now to allow that to happen. Maybe Donnie B can elaborate if he wants to. Yeah, you build it, you break it, and you repair it. Well, here's the other side of it. For those of you wondering why I do things the way that I do things, is because we have a channel and we like to experiment, we like to test stuff, and I'm sure you guys can appreciate that as well. So that's kind of why we do what we do. It doesn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense for somebody who is, you know, doesn't have a channel. It wouldn't make sense for you to do a lot of the stuff the way that I do it. But this is kind of interesting. I'm really curious what this little engine will hold and how much power it'll make. And I'm going to try to get this car on a dyno because, like the red car, I'm not too concerned about it on the dyno. It's a pretty common setup, I'll say. But this car is going to be fairly unique in the fact of what we're trying to do with it. So I'd be curious to know what it makes through the automatic. So we'll try our best to get this thing on a dyno at some point. But the point is, I'm curious about this because we've got mismatched parts in it. And, you know, look, I grew up when, you know, like, we just threw stuff together, right? You go to a junkyard, you get a piston out of this and a piston out of that and a rod from here and a rod there, and you slap it together. And those things ran forever. Granted, they weren't making the power that, you know, cars are making today with boost and whatnot, but we're going to see just how long this thing will last. Throw a bunch of timing in it. Yeah. Block is at the shop. So let me go ahead and talk with you guys for a second. Just coming in, what's up? What's going on? For Matt, Lamar's in the house. James Salter's in the house. The silent one. OG. Yeah, Ryan Bass. There we go. Yeah, hashtag Leach Tune. Go big or go home. Guys, I will keep that a secret. You basically got two options as to what the Supercharger is. You guys already know, but yeah. We'll leave a little bit of mystery. You can probably guess though. Let's see. Let's answer a couple questions if anybody's got anything. So Donnie B is actually responding right now. Yes, 351 kits will be coming later this year through Anderson. So Vortec 351 kits will be available later this year through Anderson. So that's pretty cool, guys. Blue GT says, "You the man. Whatever happens, you can handle it." Yeah, I just hope my pocketbook can handle it. That's all, man. This gets expensive pretty quick. But you know, look, we're not going out trying to break. Like this isn't some whistling diesel stuff, right? We're gonna keep the boost down, or maybe around 12 pounds right now. And then later on, we may bump it up a little bit. But I'm just very curious. See, here's the thing. This car will still be just as streetable as it is right now. And it's super streetable at the moment. And I really like that about it. It could just use a touch more power. Now, if I'm being honest, these gears are probably going to have to come out of it. This thing has 410 gears in it, and that's just going to be too much gear for this setup. Unless it dead hooks, which we know in the street, it's never going to dead hook So I'll probably go down to a 355 gear in this car. I know superchargers like RPM, centrifugals do, but I think a 355 will be a really good gear for this car. We'll see. Yeah. Real FOXBODY X is LOL whistling diesel. Yeah, we're not trying to do that. Windsor setup, another 302 or 351. So it will be a 351 Windsor if we tear this up, which is probably going to happen at some point. So here's the deal, you know, I found through the years, like with an automatic, if you're making power with an automatic, you tend to be harder on that car than you are a 5-speed car, because I don't know what it is. It starts to just feel too good and it's too easy, right? And with a 5-speed car, I noticed that I'm more worried about busting the T5 with the transmission or whatever the case may be. But with an automatic car, it's just like you put your foot in it and it feels good, and you're not worried about anything, and you will blow one sky high with an automatic, to me, quicker than you will with a manual. I guess that's just something maybe that you have to experience with a built automatic. This, for the record, guys, is not anywhere close to being my first built automatic car that I've ever had. It's just the first one on the channel, other than the C4. But I've had many of them, and I absolutely love it. And to be honest with you, I recommend it for a lot of you guys that are just tired of driving a 5-speed or tired of breaking them. Now, these automatics, there's nothing wrong with that. Never let anybody tell you any different. And if they say something about it, just don't bother. Or go out and gap them, either way. Because most of these guys can't drive a 5-speed anyway to save their life, so you go out there and put that automatic on their ass. I'm putting 355s in the rear. Yeah, I'm hoping to get a supercharger in the future. 355s and a supercharger is pretty nice. 410s and a supercharger are awesome if you can get the car to hook. It's going to make boost a lot quicker. So John asked, Donnie B, will the N412 camshafts come back in stock anytime soon? Really want this cam for my 5.0 Thunderbird. Dinner time. All right, Dave. Hey, look at that. Look at that. We got Foxcast in the house. What's going on, brother? Let's see. We are just honestly just hanging out. I wanted to go over a few things with the Carbon Fox. If you guys got any questions, feel free to ask now, and I'll try to cover them if I can. So you got a lot of people asking about Anderson camshafts. So Donnie B, you're gonna be a busy man tonight. Gary says, hey, late to the live stream, what's up? Nothing, we're just talking about the Carbon Fox, about the new supercharger setup that we have. And essentially, I just wanted to remind you guys that I'm aware that what we're doing is somewhat overkill in a way. I mean, people do it, but this little engine does, I do have some concerns, I'll say, with this engine. I'm not sure that it's probably balanced the best, considering we had to swap 2 rods out, but I'm here to tell you guys that I'm okay with it. And also, we're going to push this thing to the limits at some point, not initially. So we're going to push it to the limits, and when it comes apart, you know, I want you guys to understand that I've already talked with Matt at Leach, and like, I don't want this to look bad on him, you know, because I know what's going to happen here, doing what we want to do, and that's just part of it. So the tune should be spot on, but I'm not so sure that the block or the rods are here. Something's not going to hold. What is the best distributor for these cars? You know, I still have pretty good luck with the MSD distributors. I don't have an issue there. Proform, do they still make the Proform distributors for these cars, guys? Has anybody bought one recently? Yeah, send it and build it back bigger. So Gary, here's the deal. If we do pop the engine in this car, we're not going stroker. We're not going bigger cam. We're not like, the only thing that we're going to do, I want this car to be streetable. I want it to be super, super streetable, just like it is right now with AC and everything else. So if we blow it, I'm not going dark block. I'm not doing that. We'll throw a Windsor in it, a 351 in the car. Probably same cam, same heads, and hopefully it'll live a lot longer. And that's really the way I want to do it. I'm not trying to shoot for like 5-second, 8th-mile passes in this car, guys. Please don't misunderstand me. I have no clue what this thing will make, but it's going to be in the 500s, I would imagine. Maybe not to the wheels, but it should be close. Maybe 490, 500 to the tires. I don't know, through an automatic, it just depends. Maybe less. Damn. Oh, look at that light. Thoughts on the Flowzilla? You talking about the Kenny Bell? Isn't that what the Kenny Bell is called for these cars? The Flowzilla. Damn. Yeah. Okay. I don't like the Kenny Bells for these cars. If I'm being honest with you, I know a lot of you guys do, and I understand it. For me, this is silly, but I'll be just completely upfront and honest with you. I don't like the way they look. I don't like the long snout, and they don't make big power. With that being said, I know a lot of you guys aren't out there for max effort, and I get that, and I'm not either. My whole hang up with them is the way they look. I don't like it. For those of you who are looking to make big power, I've not seen what's the highest horsepower you guys have seen on the Flowzilla. I know they got like a new version out now, but what do these things usually make? Like a Richard Holden or Big Bang. I was watching some of his videos today actually. Vortec Life. So what do these things usually make? Is Neo building your engine on the side? LOL. Nah. What supercharger would you recommend for stock bottom end 302? I recommend the SCI. SCI or SI trim as far as Vortec goes. You know, there's other options out there. You can go Novi, you can go Procharger. Torque Storm makes a really good supercharger. So guys, look into that if you want something. Me personally, on a like a stock bottom end, if you're just wanting to make somewhere in the 400s to the wheels, I would put SCI on it, just because they're cheaper and they can be upgraded. If I'm not mistaken, it's the same housing as a SI. But it's a 6 rib setup, easy to maintain and deal with. And then you move up to the 8 rib setup with the SI. Isn't that right? Am I saying that right? Is the SI? Yeah, I think so. I get all my stuff confused. Yeah, I think either one of those would be awesome. I don't know what a Kenny Bell makes, but I'll take when somebody gives it to me. Yeah, they're cool, man, and they're like very nostalgic looking, obviously. I mean, and they're cool. It's just not my thing. I love a Kenny Bell on a mod motor. I just don't really like them on these. For whatever reason, the push rod motors just don't respond that well to them. I know, what is it? LTD LX or Alex LTD. You guys know what I'm talking about. Did the electric turbo, which was an electric supercharger. I think, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, he used an SI on that, as a matter of fact. That's pretty cool. Yeah, yeah, the Novi is definitely a good option. The silent one says that he agrees it looks hideous. I get it. It's just not really for me. If the snout was shorter, if they could, like, you know, bring everything in like a Whipple on like a 03 Cobra, how everything's like real, you know, short and stubby, I love that. That would be cool as hell. But yeah, what I was saying about Alex, he put a Whipple on his car. I can't remember what it was, but he put a Whipple on a 302, made like a custom whole like manifold and everything, intake for it, and it made good power, but the mod motors just make more with it. Man, OG Superfly, you're like famous in here. Yeah, we got Foxcast in the house, guys. If you got any questions for him, he's here. Currently doing my water pump while watching Brutal Live. Yay. All right, William. Well, I appreciate it, man. So tonight, I'm actually about to get started on this car, and we're going to... I got a lot of work to do. Let me go ahead and just show you guys. I have to take the lower intake off this car and put our baffle in. At the time, whenever I ordered this supercharger, or the intake, I'm sorry, when I ordered the intake, the install kit, the bolt kit, wasn't available. And I told Donnie B, just go ahead and send it, man. I'll get my own bolts. What I didn't realize was that the baffle was part of the bolt kit. So now I'm going to have to take the lower intake off, and we're going to put the baffle in it. And also my front timing chain cover has a leak, so I'm going to go ahead and pull it off. So I got a lot of work to do just to get this thing back up and sealed up tight before we can even get started. Plus I got to put the injectors in anyway, so that's not that big of a deal. This car does have a 340 pump in it, by the way. Actually, Andrew's old pump out of his Lightning. And I think we're going to work with Anderson on some other stuff. So guys, stay tuned for that. Let's see. Yeah, that clean look, man, on the 4 valves is just sick. Absolutely sick. Let's see. Matt says that just picked up an old school power dime for damn near free, like $200. Everything is there except for everything is there but one bracket. Man, that is not bad at all. And the power dimes are great for just everyday driving type stuff. You know, I absolutely recommend a power dime. If you guys just want something to make some more power, and you can get them relatively cheap. Not as cheap as he did, but how are those Mr. Freezes for turbo setup? Landon, they're great. They're great for any boosted application. Now, I don't know a lot about them. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I've ever run one before, but I've talked with Donnie, and I've watched a lot of reviews, and other people talk about it. From what I understand, it's great. I don't know. Did he ever get the Cobra clone to the track? Thanks, CMD. Are you asking about me? I never did. That's a question that I get a lot, and I'll go ahead and address that. So, and I get it. I know you guys want to see these cars at the track, and I want to get them to the track. But if I'm being honest, this car is just not ready. We've had a clutch issue, and we got a fuel system issue, and also, what else? We need a bigger turbo, really. But the turbo can wait. And I could have done all that instead of some of the stuff that we've done recently, but here's the deal. I'm not interested in it now. I've mentioned this, a million times to you guys, but at the moment, this car is just it's on hold. It's on hold. It'll come back around, and when it does, we'll get it out and we'll go to the track. The reason why this car is not going to the track is because I really just don't want to bust the T5 in it, but I think I should be able to load the clutch up, load the transmission up, and just kind of swap it up. Just kind of swap it up at the track, and it should be good. It should be good. So I don't know. We just cut out, but what I was saying was, like, you can load the transmission at the starting line instead of just dumping the clutch. You can kind of load it and then swap it up, and typically that'll save a transmission. So that car is going to go here pretty soon. This one's going to be a while before it's ready to go. Just is. I know that seems backwards, but this car's just got a lot of stuff that still needs to be done. I kind of feel like I'm hanging out in the garage. Yeah, that's kind of the whole thing. OG just started from Rock Auto. I spent way too much about 5 years ago. Let's see. So Donnie B says that it depends on how efficient the intercooler is for the setup. For blower cars, it'll drop temps down to the 120 to 130 if the sensor is in factory location. So that's pretty good. So as you all know, IATs get up pretty high, and this thing will absolutely drop it. We got Hanlon in the house. Andrew, what's going on? We got some stuff coming from Hanlon as well, guys. We're going to be working with them too. Your boy is loaded down with work. I've got a ton of work and a ton of overtime coming up, so I don't know how I'm going to manage all this, but we're going to get busy. As a matter of fact, as soon as we get off this live stream, I've got to get over here and get started on this car. Yeah, got to get busy, man. I do. I gotta get super busy. What about the water-meth kit? So that's the Mr. Freeze kit, and it's vacuum or boost actuated, so you don't actually have to do anything with this thing. I guess I could go ahead and show you guys. This isn't going to be like a review or anything now. But for those of you who are wondering about the Mr. Freeze kit, and Donnie B can go ahead and explain anything else, or if I say something wrong, let me correct you here. Obviously, I've never run one, but Basically, you just fill this thing up with a washer fluid methanol mix, right? Or you can buy the stuff. I think Snow Performance sells it. What was it called? Boost Juice. Anyway, it's got a nozzle right here. You can change the size of the nozzle out, I suppose, on this. And it's boost actuated. So here you go. You plug this in, and when this thing receives a boost signal, it'll pump the methanol out, and it'll spray it and cool everything off. So, I mean, it's pretty simple design, ingenious. It's great stuff. But your car will need to be tuned. I know that Anderson tells you, I think if you go with the small nozzle, you don't necessarily have to get it tuned, but here's the issue. The methanol itself is not really going to do a lot. It's going to lower your IATs, but your car is going to richen up. So you're going to have to make up for that. Yeah, Donnie B, they're asking about the camshafts when they're going to be back in stock. Is the oil pump a weak point in the FOXBODYs? No, they're not. They're no weaker than anything else. I will say that the oil pump drive shaft should be upgraded if you're ever in it, but nah, man, they're not overly weak. Is the Mr. Freeze kit needed with a boost setup? So no, OG, it's not necessarily needed. With a supercharger setup, typically I would say yes, more so, because I don't have an intercooler or aftercooler on this car, so IATs are going to get really hot, and we want to make sure that we keep all that down. Holy crap, what did I miss? Mike Straminsky, nothing much, man. We're just talking about the Carbon Fox over here and what we got planned for it. Yeah, the oil pump shaft, I said drive shaft. But the oil pump shaft is actually a weak point. But at the same time, though, you know, if something gets in there, I would rather for that shaft to break than it just absolutely destroy everything else. So, do I run a high volume oil pump or a standard oil pump? Honestly, I just run a high volume, but a standard pump's fine too. Guys, don't overthink that oil pump thing. Definitely not a high pressure, so don't get that confused. So Donnie says that he has a bunch of cams on order that have already shipped. I don't know which grinds are coming. It's sporadic right now. Hanlon. So Andrew says that he loves the Carbon Fox, one of my favorites. Man, I appreciate it. I ain't say slowly, it's quickly becoming one of my favorites as well. I truly do love this car. Andrew, I found you a car, by the way. It was in, I want to say Kentucky, and I almost sent it to you, but I was like, he won't go for that. But it was a pretty nice car. Let's see. So yeah, the drag comp wheels, dude, I love these wheels. I really, really do. When the car is sat down on top of them like that, to me, I really like these wheels. If you leave your car stock height, they don't look good, which most wheels don't. But if you'll drop your car on down, they really do look good. They're a heavy wheel. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is a cheap entry fee into the drag wheel setup here. To get you a fatty and a skinny tire, this is a quick way to get into this, I should say. But they are a heavy wheel. They're not designed to be lightweight though. But they do. They really do. They look good. Who was that? Well, thank you so much, Mike. You guys know you don't have to do that. Still donating. Just had to drop membership banking issues. No problem, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You want to talk about an OG, guys? Mike Straminsky has been an OG from day one. How is the cornering and drivability with skinnies? Guys, whenever you say cornering, you're talking to the wrong guy. The fastest corner I take is turning into my driveway, so I'm just not into that type stuff. But I'll tell you, normal driving, even on like freeway stuff, it's fine. The key to this, in my opinion, whenever you have skinnies like this, is overinflate them. That's just there's a lot of weight, and I forgot what ply these are, but these have extra plies in them so that they're stiffer. But especially you guys running the old Volkswagen tires, you know, you can argue that it's not safe to overinflate, but at the same time, they drive like crap if you don't. but I always inflate mine, and that seems to kind of help. And a good alignment. You need a good alignment when you're running a skinny. Let's see. What's going on, Wade? Thumbs up, everybody, Bama says. I appreciate it. Are the caster camber plates worth it? Yes, DS, absolutely, man. Caster camber plates are a must. Sometimes there's enough adjustment in your factory camber plates sometimes for some people that you don't have to buy caster camber plates. They're only worth it if you can't get enough adjustment out. Like if you have a bone stock car, stock height, no, they're not worth it, in my opinion. I have well drag lights. Brakes will lock up if you're not careful. Yeah, I mean, that's always, I guess, the thing. You do have to, because you don't have a lot of contact patch up front. High-speed cornering, not recommended. Yeah, definitely not, man. Everybody, please go hit that like button. Thank you so much for it, Matt. I appreciate you, man. In the middle of a build, it's expensive. Thinking about selling the Turbo Fox. What? Really? I hate that, man. But, hey, something else will come if you do. So, handling. Do you ship to folks in Canada? Purple 22, Purple GT 22 says, repping the Brutal shirt today. That's what's up, man. Thank you guys so much. Something that I do want to mention, we still have some shirts left over at shopbrutal.com. We still got some stuff over there. Would you guys like more designs and more shirts? I feel like I don't want to push the gear on everybody. I hate doing that. But at the same time, I know some of you, want some new designs and new things like that. So what's your thoughts on maybe doing another run? And we are going to try to do some hoodies this year as well. We talked last year about doing some different stuff, but this year we've got to do some hoodies and maybe a couple of new designs. I don't want to overload you guys to the point where you feel like, oh man, something else I got to buy. Hats. So most people I think like the hats. So you love the gear. Okay, we've still got some things left. I don't know how much. My wife keeps up with all the inventory and whatnot, but guys, feel free if you want some gear, you can go there and check it out. I will say this. Let me give you guys a warning, if I can. Next year may change for me. Next year, you may start to see more of a push from me. When I started this channel, I never wanted to harp on my guys for stuff. Next year, things may change for me to the point to where I have to do that, which could be a positive thing if it works out. You guys can probably already guess, but what I'm talking about. But next year may be a little different. Here's the thing. I want you guys to understand this. I don't want to ask anybody for anything, but I know a lot of times, like with the Amazon affiliate link, that literally costs you nothing. It costs you nothing, and it's a good way to support the channel. So I have that Amazon affiliate link that's down in the description, and it's such a passive income for me that I hate to not utilize it, because it literally costs nobody a cent to use. So you can click that link down in the description. You can save it to your home screen on your phone or whatever the case may be and use that. And that helps me. But next year we're going to have to do things a little bit different, more than likely. Or at least I hope. We'll see. Get you guys some different content too. So I'm really going to work on doing some different things. I've still got to start the second channel, but the more I think about it, I'm not so sure that the second channel is going to be FOXBODY related. So I'm going to get the channel started. We'll see if it can stand on its own 2 feet, and if it does, then I'll bring you guys in after it's proven itself. So we'll see. There'll be some stuff in there I think you guys will be interested in, but it's not going to be like a FOXBODY specific stuff. It'll be more stuff like how I view things and stuff like that. Last time I tried to use your LMR link, it won't let me. Yeah, the LMR link doesn't work anymore as far as I know, but the Amazon affiliate link will. And what it is it's a portal. When you click that link, at that point you're in Amazon through my link, right? As a portal, and anything you buy in there, I just get a percentage off of. That's all it is. I mean, it's just as simple as that. I don't care what you buy. So that does help. I mean, Landon, yeah, possibly full-time, possibly. We'll see. Some things will have to change. You know, I'll have to ramp things up. I got to get this second channel started. But that's just, you know, if I'm just being honest and upfront with you guys, it's a possibility. It's something that me and my wife have looked at. But the likelihood of it actually happening is possibly slim. We'll see, though. We'll see. We'll see how the views go. See, here's the reality of the whole YouTube thing. You know, you don't want to clickbait people, and you don't want to lead people on, but you got to get views. Like, literally, if we don't get views, we make no money. We can't buy parts, and we can't do things. So, you know, you get kind of caught up in that, and it's easy to get carried away with it. I think I've always done a good job of trying to balance that out, but if we do this full time, I don't know what that's going to look like for me, because I really don't want to be that guy, but I'm going to have to learn how to be that guy, I guess. That sounds horrible. Big moves, man. Yeah, we'll see. Let's see. So you guys are talking back and forth. Push it, man. Yeah, do whatever it takes. Keep your channel going, brother. I'll support you. OG, I know you will, and I know everyone else will as well. And I seriously, I really do appreciate you guys. I just don't want to get too big for my britches. Now, we've been doing this for 5 years now, and I've been working a full-time job doing it. I think in my head that if I do this full-time, that we have so much more to offer. Better content, and really dive into some things. Guys, I'm thinking about doing an online class. I've already started on it, but I don't know that I will follow through with it, if I'm being honest with you. But I've gotten started on an online class, okay? And I'd like to offer that to people who are just getting into the FOXBODY game and things. So there's a lot of stuff that we could really do. All right. So, what does that actually mean? What is the AGTWNC? AGT. I'm trying to figure that one out. That one always gets me. Daily routine vlogs. Yeah, RV stuff, etc. will be awesome. So, and I agree with you. I would really like to do that. Right now, it's just really stressful. Okay, to find the time to do all this stuff and to work is really stressful. But here's what I want you to know. I absolutely love doing this, and I shit you not, guys. I really do. I enjoy this channel, and I like doing this stuff, but it is very stressful. So maybe next year we can make that happen. If I'm being honest with you, it's going to take you guys' support, continued support, to make it happen. You know, I would hate to do this next year and then fall flat on my face. But if I do, I do. I'll pick myself up, and we'll figure something out. Just, you know, hate to give up a career with 20 plus years and it not work out. So I got to be smart about it, and I got to know if this is the right thing to do. It's still funny to me that that YouTube is a viable option. It still seems silly to me. You know, I was a career kind of guy, you know, at my job, and to look at this as a possible option seems silly, but it's not. Caleb's proof of that. You know, Neo does it as well, and plenty of other guys do it. Whew. Let's hope I got what it takes. OG, or Landon, you're leaving. Good night, man. So Horseplay Motoring, guys. I checked out Horseplay Motoring, and which I've been subscribed to him for a while. He's got some good stuff out there as well. So you guys go over and check out Horseplay Motoring. Only have 1,500 subs and trouble coming up with content and ideas. It's harder than people think. It absolutely is. The daily vlog type stuff is really easy. So, you know, you see videos where we're constantly doing idle stuff, and you think to yourself, damn, man, didn't he just do this? We've covered this a million times. But honestly, that's what we're doing in the shop today. You know, we're working on this, and I just take you guys along for the ride. And that's good, honest content. And it's either that. So here's the thing. I thought about dropping back to 2 videos a week. If I drop back to 2 videos a week, that means that I have to, you're either going to miss footage and things are just going to kind of like happen, or either I have to video a lot of different stuff and keep it all stored, and that's going to be really hard to edit. So basically 3 videos a week honestly is not hard to do. What is hard though is that groundbreaking, cool content that everybody likes to see. That's kind of hard to do. But daily stuff, like we got something going on. I can vouch for that statement. It's hard. Yeah. Um, yeah, man. So I'm just reading some comments, guys. You don't know till you try. Yeah, it's true. I would like to think that I could throw myself out there and it's sink or swim time, and maybe I could make it happen, but it's not guaranteed. None of this is guaranteed. As much as I would love to have that success story and say, oh, this worked out perfect, it might be bad for us if I make this move. And there's no way of knowing for sure. You know, the job that you work at is fairly linear, right? You can look and you can say, okay, next year I'm going to make within this range, right? And then next year maybe within this range. YouTube is all over the place. Right now I'm doing YouTube, and any money that comes in through this just gets thrown back into these cars. Like, I just buy stuff, I throw it at the cars. You know, we build the shop, we do all this type of stuff. If I go full time, guys, it's going to be a little different. That money no longer just goes into cars. You know, we have to pay bills, and we have to live off that. So I know I'm probably overly too honest, and I say too much to you guys, but that's just the way I am. I want you to know the ins and outs of how all this stuff works. I think it helps you guys understand, at least. Well, Gary, I appreciate that, man. Got to get back to work. Adam, have a good night, man. I'm not consistent when I post whatsoever. So here's the deal. You know, if I can give anybody advice that's starting a new channel, FOXBODY content, like this whole genre, is extremely hard. It's extremely hard to get into. It's a very niche group. We're not going to have 300,000 subscribers as a FOXBODY channel, at least not right now. Maybe in another 5, 10, 20 years you might. It's a very niche group. And I've noticed, and it's nothing against you guys or anybody in particular, but as a whole, the FOXBODY guys expect you to deliver. They expect to see you do something and prove yourself and offer something to the community. And they're very particular about it if you don't. It's not like just a general vague vlog type thing. You can't do that in this genre and expect to stay around. You got to show people that you mean well and that you mean business and that you know what you're doing and you're there to help people. That's what they expect to see in this world, in the FOXBODY world. It's hard. It's very hard. And it is hard sometimes to come up with new content. I mean, how many times can you talk about the prices of FOXBODYs or the best setup, you know, and things like that? It's very hard. Yeah, the Mustang community is a big family for sure, but they're also pretty hardcore if you don't do right. Always harder to remember to lie. Yes, love the honesty. I try to be as honest as I can. I put too much stuff out there, and some people say that's too much information, but whatever. It is what it is. Be yourself. Yes, and persevere. Maybe some collaboration with LMR. Yeah, we collaborate with LMR. Hopefully I'm going to be at the cruise-in. Oh yeah, I need to tell you guys that. So the LMR cruise-in in October, hopefully I'll be there. So I'll know more in the weeks coming, but yes, we should be there. So my FOXBODY channel is based on events and or car shows. I do it that way to make it less stressful, and that's what you got to do. So what the real FOXBODY addicts is saying there, you got to know your niche. You got to know what you can replicate on a daily basis. I could come out here and show you guys some huge production with all this B-roll and this music, and the lighting's perfect. But am I willing to do that 3 times a week? No, I can't do it. So that's why you get the whole just like vlog style thing, and we're just running our mouths and talking. But I always try to throw some tips and tricks in there for you to help you. I don't want you to feel like you wasted your time. And for anybody that's starting a new channel, try to do that. Try to put something out there that's a little different than the way everybody else is doing it. And I think that'll make you stand out. But you look, guys, not everybody's cut out for this. You know, it's going to be hard for some people. And here's another thing about starting a channel. I want you guys to be successful, but I want you to stand on your own 2 feet. And shout outs and things like that only go so far. Hell, Foxcast has been shouting me out for 4 years now, and you know, it helps somewhat, yeah, but like it all balances out, right? I do the same thing with Neo. Neo shouts me out, and it doesn't help as much as you might think. If you're good at what you do and you get your content out there and know how to deliver it, it'll get out there and people will recognize it. And people will appreciate you working hard and doing it yourself. How often should a person put up new content? So here's the thing. I hope my phone doesn't die. Hold on, guys. You got 11%. You got 11% battery left. How often should you post? It just depends. Whatever you can do. Be as consistent as possible, but I would say once a week. Mandatory if you're starting a new channel, I say once a week, depending on what type of content you're doing. Obviously, if you're building cars and you're showing like the whole build of a car, you can't do that in 1 week. But you know, you might post once every couple of months, and people are just waiting for that. But for most of the time, I'd say once a week would be a good starting point. We're putting in hard work and putting out great content, inspirational and knowledgeable. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Jazz31. Okay, I'm sorry it left, but thank you guys so much. Broken Tool Garage in the house. Howdy. I agree. The shout outs can only take you so far, but love and support does motivate. Yes, it absolutely does. The love and support does. Just anybody that's starting a channel, I want you to think of it this way. Don't reach out to people expecting that to be a lifeline. You're gonna have to do it the hard way. There's no shortcuts in this. It's tough. I used to get on Reddit and read through how to make videos, how to post tags, what I need to say in my description. I was looking at other videos and basing it off of that. Do it on your own and you'll feel a lot better about yourself. I have no issue giving a shout out, but I need to see that you're doing something first instead of just giving random shout outs to everybody. Otherwise my word starts to mean nothing. So if I see you busting your ass and you're over there getting after it and you got something that you can provide for the group, then that's cool and I'm okay with that. But you know, just understand, I know it sounds a little harsh, but I had to do it the hard way, and I expect everybody else to do it the hard way. No shortcuts. Yeah, so Next Gen Car Guys, man, they've been putting out content forever. It's a struggle. So you guys go over and check out Next Gen Car Guys. Check out, like, I don't mind if you post that you have a FOXBODY channel or another channel. That's perfectly fine. I guess what I'm trying to say, so that because I always do this after the stream's over with, I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have said it that way. I don't mind giving shout outs to people. It's not that I won't do it. I just need to see that you're working hard and that you're getting after it. And then it makes it worthwhile. You know, I give my buddy Joe Nate a shout out. He's one of my best friends, and that's to help motivate him get his channel off the ground. So I mean that we're going to get his channel up and go. And he's posted some videos, by the way. Yeah, so Neo, Broken Tool says that Neo's kind of gotten into the AOD life. Yeah, somewhat, I guess. He's messing around with it. Just tuning in, what did I miss? Nothing really. Yeah, so Horseplay Motoring says, if you shortcut, your subs don't come naturally. Exactly, so Horseplay gets it, and that's just the way it is. You want it to be organic, and you want your subs to be there because they wanted to be there and because you found the way to connect to them and to reach out to them. Guys, it was hard as shit. I didn't have any help to start with. With that being said, Foxcast did give me a couple shout outs, and we hooked up pretty early. So you got me a Coke?
Yeah, I got you Coke with it.
Oh, okay. Look, we're always eating. What we got tonight? Goldfingers.
They gave me what they had because, you know, they closed at mine.
Who was that? Was that Mustang Guy 6501? Where you been, bro? I haven't seen you in forever, man.
They are hot.
What's going on, Mustang Mike 256? What's up? So what's Joe Nate's channel name? It is Jere Speed. Jere Speed. Go eat. And but he's so let me turn the camera around. So Joe Nate's trying to get this channel off the ground, guys. Look, not to get off on a whole YouTube thing, but I guess that's where we're going tonight. So any of you that have started a channel, you know the hardest part is getting started. You can change up and you can tweak a few things and reach some more people, but the hardest part is getting out there and getting it done. And that's the hardest part for him right now, just like for anybody. But I'm pushing it. He's got some awesome stuff that he works on over there, and I know some of you guys would absolutely love it. It just takes time. That's all. Making videos is a lot of work. I'm not going to sit here and cry to you guys and tell you, oh, it's so hard. It's hard. It's hard work, but I mean, I imagine that you can imagine. For those of you who don't have any idea about YouTube and you think, oh, it must be nice, bruh, I promise you it's not as easy as you think it is. It's hard, but for those of you who have channels, you get it. And putting out 3 videos a week, you know, trying to post on TikTok now, I'm doing that, so you guys can check me out over there, Brutal Vlogs. I don't do a whole lot. And Instagram and the YouTube Shorts, you know, I'm trying to not get lost, you know, be left behind, if you will. But man, that stuff that's hard to do. It's hard to add to what you're already doing. The grind is real. It is. Yeah. Saw his video today. It's so hard, guys. I guess this is a topic that we could talk about on another day, because a lot of you guys obviously have channels and stuff. No, you're not doing that again. Nope, go inside. My little one's coming out here with nothing but underwear on. Yeah. Jesus. You talk about getting demonetized. That'll happen quick. All right, guys. I've got a little bit of battery left. This thing may just die, but let's talk real quick. Let's see what you guys are talking about. I hate to leave whenever you guys are really getting into this. Lamar Richardson's, I know my little video sucks. Nah, man. It's not like that. You also have to understand it's not going to come overnight. No, it's not. And you're not, you know, depending on what kind of genre you're in, you're not going to blow up. The FOXBODY community, I see it hard. It's going to be hard to get over 100,000 in the FOXBODY community. Can it happen? Absolutely. Caleb is really close, but it's not easy. Here's the thing, guys. Just work hard, okay? Find something else. Like if you just like Fox bodies and you're just like, I got a Fox body, I think I'll just start a channel about that. It may not be the right thing to do, if I'm just being real with you, because it is really saturated at the moment. It wasn't that way a few years ago, but a lot of guys have come in, and that's cool. I'm just telling you guys that it's going to be really hard to get started. You're going to have to pull something out of your ass. You're going to have to do something different than the way everybody else is doing it. Maybe you can find that angle, but if not, I don't know. I'd probably, I don't know, start a cologne channel. That's what I thought about doing, actually. Do Fox bodies and Mopars. Yeah, there's always other stuff to do. Yeah, the hard part of YouTube is editing and being able to watch yourself. So I cut a lot of stuff out of my videos because I have to watch myself in repeat. You know, I'm like, all right, guys, welcome to the, and then I have to cut it and I go back and I'm like, all right, guys, welcome to the, and you do that 100 times while you're editing 3 times a week, and you just get sick of hearing yourself talk. And editing is pretty tough, and live streams are actually easier than videoing yourself, because you know you can mess up and you can edit it, and it's like you're striving for perfection when in reality it really doesn't matter. The live streams, you just kind of roll with it and it's natural. But the editing part sucks. The hardest part, if you want to ask me about YouTube, is editing the thumbnail, which I use Photoshop for if anybody wonders, and then your titles. As you all know, if I'm putting a radiator in a car, I'm not going to title it Radiator Install 87 Mustang 5.0. I'm not going to do that. That's not going to get any views. We can't keep the channel up. It's just the way it is. So I have to get creative, which it sucks for you guys if you're ever going back looking at how to install a radiator. I'm probably not the guy for that, nor the channel. But that's the direction that I took. And, you know, maybe you guys can do it differently. War Admiral in the house. What's going on, man? And as always, thanks for watching. That's right. Yeah, that's my little tagline, I guess. I actually got that